finally, I surrendered. And finally, I stopped resisting what was very evident, that it was an end of an era. And I stopped believing in lack. And even though I didn't know what else, like for the first time in 15 years, I didn't even know what my desires were. I didn't want to feel this way. I didn't want to be insignificant. And I didn't want to give up, but I didn't know what else to do. So I prayed and I surrendered. And surrender doesn't mean to give up, it means to give over.
You've gotten great at divine working, but what about divine living? Welcome to the Divine Living Podcast. I'm your host, Gina DeVee. You're not alone in wanting more, and here at the Divine Living Podcast, you can expect to be part of conversations from women like us who unapologetically dream big and are obsessed with manifesting our most fabulous lives. The conversation starts now.
Well, hello, my gorgeous. How are you today? I am so thrilled that you're here. I am just overflowing with joy, enthusiasm, gratitude, bliss today. And it is such an exciting reveal. I, behind the scenes, have been working on a very special project and have sort of alluded to it here on the podcast if you follow me on a regular basis. If you don't, then welcome to today's How to Become a Beauty Brand Ambassador with me. If that's of interest to you, it is something that I cannot remember when I was this excited, actually straight up obsessed about something in my life. And so it's just a real honor to be able to share this with you. And we'll see if you are equally obsessed with me and if this is something that's going to just add a sparkle and a bit of razzle dazzle and some financial relaxation and a whole lot of fun in your life. But first, as always, let's start with a prayer and then we will explore more together. Dear God, thank you. Thank you for loving us so much and creating spectacular lives for each and every one of us. Because truly we are reminded in this moment that with you, all things are possible. And as humans, we have fallen away from spiritual teachings. We've fallen away from spiritual principle when we believe that life is hard and that we're not safe and that we can't manifest the desires of our hearts or that we're not enough or that we've been left behind or any of the false low level thinking, vibration, any of it. Because with you, there are only solutions. There is only love. There is only infinite possibility. And together we breathe into that today. We step into that today. We open up to receiving in a whole new, huge way today. We thank you that your yoke is easy and your burden is light. We thank you that your ways are higher than our ways. We thank you that seek first the kingdom of heaven and then all of these things will be added unto you. We thank you that delight yourself in the Lord and you will give us the desires of our heart. And we pray all this believing. Amen. 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 All right, my gorgeousness. Well, I want to give you a little bit of the backstory, the behind the scenes, in case you are brand new to what it is I am talking about here today. And, for most of my career, I have had an extraordinary career. I've had many, many mountaintops experiences. And like any successful person, I've had valleys and middle range and infrastructure times and challenges and all the rest. And in 2021, I didn't see, or didn't want to see perhaps, that in my career as I knew it, I was approaching the end of an era. And for the past 15 years, I have predominantly been a business coach, a success coach, helping women transform their lives through financial empowerment, starting businesses. And I've always woven in lifestyle, beauty, spirituality, fun, femininity, friendship. But most of my programs and the way that I knew to make money and how I just how I at least saw my identity in the world was very much around this business coaching thing. And it just got to a place, and I'm sharing this because I was so afraid during this time. And if any of you are in this kind of end of an era or living in a world in between worlds and are just in like kind of a grayer state of what am I doing with my life, I want to share with you I was there and how quickly that can change. So I was in that state, like I wasn't getting the same level of joy that I used to in answering the business questions and in doing the launches. And if you don't have the same level of joy, you're not going to get the same level of success. And everything just was getting harder than ever. And it was getting tighter than ever. And then I was getting more fear-based than ever. And everything just seemed, it was getting smaller and just really dismal. And I was scared. And I let it affect my self-confidence. I was scared. Are my best days behind me? I was scared. Am I really not going to get my big breakthrough or live the next level bigger life that I had desired for myself? And there was just a lot of fear. And finally, I surrendered. And finally, I stopped resisting what was very evident, that it was an end of an era. And I stopped believing in lack. And even though I didn't know what else, like for the first time in 15 years, I didn't even know what my desires were. I didn't want to feel this way. I didn't want to be insignificant. And I didn't want to give up, but I didn't know what else to do. So I prayed and I surrendered. And I just finally gave my life, my career. I'm good at giving other parts of my life over to God, but not my career. If you can relate. I finally surrendered it. And surrender doesn't mean to give up. It means to give over. And I was just, okay, God, I can't see what's next. I don't know what's next, but you do. And I'm going to trust that what's next is even better, even more spectacular, that there's nothing less than in what is coming my way. And then when I surrendered, I had a knowing. I didn't know what, but I had a knowing that the next level, the next chapter, the next adventure was going to be even more miraculous, even more spectacular than what I had already experienced, which my mortal mind found very hard to believe. I've made $5 million a year consistently as a coach and selling programs and hosted dinners for high-end clients in front of the pyramids and on a yacht in Mykonos, and did, international luxury events all over the world, Dubai, Sydney, Paris, New York, Miami. I mean, I was traveling the world, married to my soulmate, had a luxury magazine, was living the dream. I'm like, what else would I want other than more of that? I couldn't even imagine. And so in this state of surrender, I had a knowing. And that's what I want for you, that you don't have to know, because in fact, the bigness of what's coming for you, if it's like what it was for me, I couldn't have thunk it up. I couldn't have thought of it. It wasn't even in my consciousness. But it was in my energetic essence that was in alignment with my destiny, which is what God had intended and planned for me all along. There were so many invisible forces for years working behind the scenes so that the opportunity that recently came to me could actually be presented at the perfect time, in the perfect way, from the perfect place, from the perfect person, all of it. And I want you to know that the same orchestration is going on for your life, because this is spiritual law. This is universal principle. And if it's universal, it is meant for everyone. So and throughout the second half of 2021, I lived in a state of surrender. I closed down life as I know it, business programs as I knew it, and it created space. And we know that we live in a void universe, so that when there's space, something's going to get filled up. And my friend Marsha Martin has always taught me the universe looks for openings. Like the universe has so much good that it's looking to get in and into the world and into the lives of the humans that it's meant for. But when everything's all filled up, there's not an opening. So when you create an opening, that's when the infinite can flood in. And it's like when you take a rock out of the ocean, immediately the wave will flood in. And this wave of abundance, if you take out anything that's not working for you, any thought about not good enough or that you can't, or that it's not safe for you to be visible in the world, or any belief that it has to be hard or take a long time, or any activity that's just not thrilling you anymore. Take a look at your schedule in your day. Like, what are you doing that can be deleted or delegated? And when you create that space, even the space that you're taking right now, listening to this podcast, being open to what else is available to you, it will come in. And so for me, it came in the form of, I was talking to a girlfriend, which is why it's really important to surround yourself with super big players, whether they're mentors or friends, etc. I was talking to a girlfriend in January, and she landed just a massive deal. And I was so thrilled and excited for her, genuinely. And simultaneously, I was also like, Gina DeVee, step it up. Because thankfully, I've read my own book. I didn't go into jealousy. I didn't go into comparison. I quickly wrote a cosmic thank you note. If you haven't read my book, The Audacity to Be Queen, check it out. It'll teach you this process. I quickly wrote a cosmic thank you note. And then I even more than prayed, I declared. And it's like I reached up into the ethers of the universe and plucked down. And I declared for myself, I declare a big opportunity coming to me. She inspired me and showed me like new, big, next level, like not the same old stuff that we've been doing was available. And what she landed is not my dream situation. It's not, I did not want what she got. I just wanted my next big opportunity. And that night, I got a DM. Now, thankfully for me, I do shut off all my devices at 6 o'clock. So I didn't actually see it when it came in. But the next day I did. When I was done with my morning routine and I started checking my DMs, there it was. Gina DeVee, there's a $1 billion brand that's coming out that has a beauty division and is coming out with a new high quality collagen skincare line, and we'd like you to be a brand ambassador for it. What? Now, you don't have to know me for longer than the 11 minutes that we have been talking here right now, that if the products were great, if they were super high quality, if I could legit stand behind it, if it's the products I personally would use on a daily basis, you don't have to know me longer than these 11 minutes to know that this totally is right up my alley. Totally also out of left field. As much as I love spirituality and personal development and entrepreneurship and all things, I love lifestyle, and we don't call me G-Lo for nothing. So I was just crossing my fingers. I was just praying. I was like, oh God, please let this not be like, I get DMs every day from like, I'm sure you do too, like the random stuff like, do you want to be a brand ambassador for this jewelry line and this clothing and this and that? And you can just tell the stuff isn't quality, and you can tell it's a just mass whatever. But this was a personal DM from someone who I had met, who'd seen me speak. And I was like, wow, okay, well, what is this? And so I was like, well, what's the company? And, I got to do the research and stuff. And she's like, let me set you up with a meeting with corporate. And I was like, okay, so this isn't just a little like, here's my code kind of situation. These are humans with corporate offices. This was sounding more legit as the minutes went by. And I'm like, okay. So I get on that first Zoom meeting, and they start just like, you could just feel what a beautiful essence this high quality group of people had. And like everything in my body kind of relaxed. And I was like, but my antenna was up because I didn't know about the products yet. And then they said, Gina, there's two things. There's drinkable collagen, and they started to go into the science and the research and the years of study of getting this super high concentrated dose of collagen in this delicious, drinkable, it's like, and when I say drinkable, it's not like a big shake or anything. It's like a small little bottle the size of your index finger. They're like, look at these before and after pictures. And I was like, what? Like, I guess I haven't traveled to Asia enough because it's a big deal over there. I'm like, I didn't know about collagen. Like, Glenn, how come you didn't tell me? Like, I mean, I know you can put powdered collagen or whatever in your drinks, but this stuff was like way next level. And I started seeing the before and after of the skin of people that had been drinking collagen anywhere from 7 days to 6 months to a year to 30 days, whatever. And I was like, whoa, okay. Also the nutritional supplement that I didn't know that I needed. And then they bring out the skincare line. And this is still on Zoom. So they're doing other like, okay, so it's a very simple system. There's a cleanser, a face serum, an eye restore, and a face cream. I'm like, well, I buy all that stuff anyways. I use all that stuff anyways. And they're like, and this stuff is infused with collagen, and they're getting into the ingredients and the science and how it was made and all this super high quality, and it's vegan collagen and I'm like, and then they're like, and you're going to see a difference after your first application. And I'm like, okay, girlfriends, chillax. Like, I'm in sales. You don't need to sell me that hard. I got to try the products anyways. After your first application, please. I use like legit, I'm not going to say the name of the brand, but because I'm just not like that. I just thought that when you're over 40, you're supposed to buy super expensive skincare and hope for the best. I didn't know that it actually was supposed to do anything, because everything I'd ever tried was like, I never saw any difference. And I just thought, well, it's expensive, so I guess it's doing as good as it can do. Like, I don't know. So like, I spend $3,000 a quarter on my skincare. It's like buying a used car every quarter, and I don't see any difference. So I'm like, and they're like going nuts over this. And then they told me the price. So it's like, it's $225 for the month. I'm like, oh, it can't be that good. I'm like, well, send me the stuff. I'm not going to do anything until I'm certainly not going to let my community know about it until I personally try it. Cue the hallelujah chorus. I don't know what else to say, but like, so I go and I get the products and I was excited, right? Like, it's like, could be a cool opportunity. The packaging is gorgeous. Who doesn't love to like, open up new stuff? So I open it up and I go to do the little 4-part system. And I go and I start cleansing my face. And I'm like, this stuff smells amazing. It's like ocean fresh. It's like so like marine kind of, anyways, I was like, and it was like silky and the cleanser was cool. I'm like, all right, fine. Then I go and I put the serum on my face and I am like, holy mother of what is this? I put it on my face. I put it on my neck. I started putting it on the back of my hands. It was like, then I get the little eye wand out to do the eye restore, which feels like really like cold and depuffing and like just beautiful. When I say cold, I mean, it's not like the icy hot cold. It's just like a soothing, calm thing. And then I put the whole face cream on over it. And I legit could not stop touching my face. She was right. Like, after first application, my skin was glowing. It was plump and firming. I FaceTimed my friend, Ashley Stahl, and I was like, Ashley, look at this stuff. Like this, like, I can't stop touching look at my neck. Like, and I was like, my cheeks are like plump and it was like, felt amazing. She's like, Gina, you need to stop. You're not even a brand ambassador yet. And you're like, I'm like, this stuff is amazing. Like, I cannot, it's, oh my gosh. So then I was like, yes, I'm in. So I start like learning like things about it, because there's no free money out there. It's like, if I'm going to promote this, I need to know about it and learn the things. And then I was like, and I looked at the compensation plan. Of course, I'm a businesswoman like you, and I was like, I've made a lot of money in my life and I've done well, and I've offered services that have positively impacted thousands of people, and that's cool. And I totally knew my women were going to buy this. Like, whoever it's right for was going to be like, well, if Gina likes it and I'll try it, or, I've been looking for collagen, or I want to try a new skincare line, whatever. And then I was just like, you know what? My women have audiences too. My women have circles of influence too. And as much fun as I have with Glenn and my team and doing my thing, I don't want to keep doing business the same way. I'm craving more fun. And for me, more fun comes in more connection and more collaboration. And I don't want to be tinkering behind my computer on a next challenge or Facebook ad or funnel, or I'm not up for it anymore. Like, I want to be with people. I'm a people person. So I went to them and I said, can we make this opportunity available for my people too? Some people are going to want to just try the product, and that's cool, and use the product, and that's totally cool. Like, I'm like, not everyone's going to want to be a brand ambassador. But what about for the other women who have, like me, worked really hard over the years to create a community and have a Facebook group, or create a following and have an email list, or have a podcast and have an audience, or an Instagram or TikTok following? Like, what about them? Like, can we get them in on this deal? And they said yes. So you're invited. I am going to be sharing how we can all do this together, benefit those of you who want to do this with me, everyone together, and have a lot of fun together, get together in person together. Like, I'm going to do like super cool team calls together for those of you that want to be a brand ambassador with me. And it's going to be fun and powerful and lucrative. And I'll get into this more later. That's not what this particular podcast is for, but I just wanted to share with you one of the reasons why I wanted to do this. And I'm inviting you, and why I want to do it this way. I've created big money in my life, if you consider 5 million big. I've created consistent money in my life because of payment plans and that kind of thing. I have never created passive residual income. And every time, just like you, doesn't matter how many zeros are there. When, for most of us in our business model, when we desire new money for whatever the new thing is, you want to move into a new house, you want to take a trip, you want to hire a new team member, buy a house in Mexico, just saying. You got to launch the next mastermind program. You got to do the next challenge. You got to launch the next thing. And then when that program's done and that retreat is done and that thing's, then you got to go do it all over again. And I just have gotten to a place in my life where I don't want to keep starting all over again. I want it to build and grow. And I want to launch a mastermind when I desire to. Not because I have to, and not because that's the only thing. So there's lots of possibility and fun, and yes, residual income to do, not just on your own, but in a community with me and the other super cool women who have already stepped up and said yes. I've not made this super public yet because legit, I have just been going through my phone and reaching out to some favorite people, and I was like, hey, do you want to do this? And everyone's saying yes so quickly. I couldn't have handled the volume before now. I had to get some systems in place first. So today is a bit of a opening up of that possibility. And if you are at all interested in trying out these incredible products so you can see for yourself and have your own opinion, I want you to click on the link in the show notes and order for yourself. This podcast episode is coming out on March 24th, 2022, and March 24th and 25th, 2022 only, March 24th and 25th, you get 20% off on this bundle. So it's drinkable collagen. You drink it's delicious. You drink it twice a day. It's just like a twist open and have a little morning delight and evening delight. And then you get the skincare. And with the discounts and everything, you'll see when you click on the link. I don't want to say the price because I don't want to get it wrong, because it's a new price with the discount. But basically, you're going to get a month's supply of collagen that you're going to drink twice a day, and you're going to get a month's supply of the skincare if you do what I do, and that is have a skin routine twice a day, where I look forward to finally getting up in the morning and doing my whole skin routine. And then when I shut my computer down, pretty much before I have dinner, when I'm staying home, I'll then go and do it. So it's like all set and ready for bed. So you'll get a month's supply of each of those when you click on the link below, and you'll get the 20% discount as well. After these dates, I'll still have the link below so that you can try out this bundle if you're not listening to this podcast in real time. And then if you are interested in joining me to be a brand ambassador, you are going to want to go to the link in my Instagram bio. There's a link there. We'll put a link in the show notes as well, and you can have a link if you go to divineliving.com. The first step in terms of being a brand ambassador is getting the products and falling in love with them. If you cannot be a brand ambassador if you're not using the products, so there's that. And why would you? None of us are here to sell things just to sell. You got to sell what you absolutely love and believe in. So get the products today and get them ordered so that you can be trying them out. And then I am going to be sending out information specifically for the brand ambassador opportunity, where you can come join me, and then we'll talk more things, numbers and how much time and all of that. The short version is the pay is unlimited, and it's amazing because I'm not going to do anything that isn't going to pay me incredibly. It is not free money, so please don't look for just give me my code and let me go post something and think that you're going to make $10 million. You got to be excited about it. This can totally fit into your existing business or career or whatever, like it is for me. You know, I have the Q Club. I've got the podcast, my book, speaking, lots of things, retreats, private coaching. I've got other things going on too. You get to pick how much time you put into it. It's like anything, you know, it's like you get what you put out of it. So I'll get into all those details later, but like I said, the first thing is get these gorgeous products in your hands and in your body, and then I will happily, and I'll be honored to work with you step by step, getting to know you, you getting to know the other super high level, incredible women in the community who've already stepped up and said yes, gotten their products, and are starting to get trained on being a brand ambassador with me. So if you have any questions about anything, you can always DM me on Instagram. I'll be happy to answer your questions. I know I'm going to get flooded today, so if you have just anything, click the link in the show notes, get the products to make sure you get the 20% off. That's the only real-time sensitive piece. Products are completely money-back guarantee, so you have zero risk. And I just want you to treat yourself today. I want you to look forward to these products coming. I want you to fill your body with like this super high quality, this drinkable collagen. You can't get this anywhere else. This is not some powder that you're stirring in that's like totally not going to do anything at this level. It's not like some goopy gook in some tube that's not at a high quality. This is anyway, I'm going to get into all the specifics. This is the highest quality drinkable collagen out there to just infuse your body. And this skincare, like I said, I am touching my plump, hydrated skin as we speak. So get that for yourself. And, you know, if this opportunity resonates with you, check it out. And like I said, you can also, if you're going to go get the products, DM me and leave your cell phone in my DMs if you want the info to be a brand ambassador. Like I said, the first step is getting the products. So click on the link in the show notes, get the products today, get you 20% off, and then I will see you on the calls about making a bunch of money and having a bunch of fun together. Lots of love, Queen.
Oh my goodness, how much did you love this conversation? Please go ahead and take a screenshot of this episode right now. And I want you to tag me on Instagram and share with me what your biggest takeaway was. I love being in conversation with you, hearing from you, DM me. And I really love getting what is the one big takeaway that you got from this episode. Let me know on Instagram.